Alright, starting off game 1 here, we pull max distance, and if you guys don't know, there's currently like almost no rotation in the game. There's only really like slaps, soaring sprint, and in this area you can find those floating rocks that if you hit, like, kind of send you flying. But right here, I'm not in a stacked game. I see an opening, so I just take it. This is a really dead game. I wish I had clips from this week's Cash Cup, because they were not as dead. And I had good potential, but I wasn't really get it done. There's one of the flying rocks right there. If you stand on that, you go flying. So I just choose not to waste any materials here, because as you can tell, there's like no one around me. You don't really need to play for kills either. I see that it goes down, so I drop with it. Kills are kind of useless, so there's no more siphon, so you're not getting health. The only thing it's good for is materials and loot. So there's no points because it's only wins for money. So right here, I pretty much just chill, and I see like all these kids rotating, and I mean, I need a little bit of mats, but I don't need anything crazy, so I try to go for it. I don't end up getting it. I end up chilling because it wasn't really worth it. You don't want to grief your whole game. You have 3 chances of money, so why do that? I pull max here again. I have one more slap after this. I chose to just run it because, I mean, you don't really got much else to do. You don't want to get back, stay back and get held. So I just pretty much rotate ahead, and I just stay ahead. It's that easy. I pop a slurp here, because I see this kid getting in my box. This kind of won me the game. This kid has the broken heavy shotgun, and decided to just hop in my box, so that was alright. I go dead side, and I just get ahead, because at this point, that's all I can really do. I have decent mat. I'm going to try to let everybody else fight at this point, because I'm winning heal off. Look at my heals. I have really good heals. So I just keep getting ahead. I don't need to do anything special. And once you're ahead of zone, you can kind of look back here. I think in my head I was kind of thinking about height. At this point in time, I'm not too sure if I got it here. I do end up taking height later on. Because look how dead this is. There's no endgame. There's 7 people left. This is pretty much a free 100. I got height. Everybody else is fighting. I still have a slurp, 2 flops. I'm looking back because, I mean, kills might be useless, but you don't want people alive in your lobby. So I'm pretty much just farming kills back here. I actually killed somebody, and he had commented on Twitter. He was kind of sad. He got second or third. That was unfortunate for him. GG's though. So I just keep staying ahead. Keep your height. Don't give it up. These cash cups really aren't that difficult. Like this week I got like I think a 4th and it was either 4th or 3rd. And I made endgame every time. You find a good drop, you're chilling. This guy goes running back in zone in the 1v1 situation, probably because he wants to play heal off. Doesn't end well for him. I get the victory royale. There's $100 right there. They're not really that stacked. If you can call for out of opens, anybody can win these. So this game was a little bit more shambles. As you can tell, 10 people left. I pulled max again here. This is a situation where I have no mats. I kind of didn't even mean to clip this end game, but it's pretty good that I did because you kind of learn a little bit here. I had, that was a little bit of mats. I haven't looked at this back yet, but I can tell it's going through my mind here. I try to play my flopper and get the slurp juice to get a little bit of speed and maybe some extra mats. So I pop that, get a slap going, and look at all this. I try to get this loot here. Because zone pulls far, and you have to tank here. When you have that many mats, you can't really do much. So I found a refresh back here, and I just head in. Look how low I am, though. So you got to get in, and you got to just spam build. Look at that. Look at those mats. I have almost none. It's kind of a grief fest. Look at the height here. I got to play really careful. I have 1 build, so I decided to drop. Not much I can do there. I get fried. If I was to play that again, I'd probably drop lower and go for another refresh. This is me killing Somerset off spawn. This is one of the best landing spots. I recommend going there. Not too many people ignore my funny reaction. I had just made a funny TikTok about her. You can go check that out. It's on my Twitter. This is just a clip of me 1v2. I'm like to putting all these like clips I've had in the past few weeks. This was at Dallas. This was at Atlanta 1v2 no builds. It was a really fun tournament. This is another no builds tournament, not the same one in Dallas. This I found with a kid that lied about his PR. He said he had 3,000 PR. He had 30. This is kind of my fault, but not my fault. He kind of got fried after not like realizing you could chop that, I guess. And we get kind of held here. And my teammate kind of just dipped, I'm pretty sure. Did he? No, he stayed. I don't really know what happened. He just probably missed all of his shots. So whatever. He ends up tanking a little bit of zone. I have 4 slurps. I ended up telling him I have slurps. He doesn't really care. He just goes a little crazy there. And before you know it, it's a 1v2. He's got a potential to clutch. But I think he's just a little bit nervous, not as experienced. It's kind of hard to clutch. They weren't really that good. Looky there. Yeah, just misses his shots. That's alright. It's all good. We didn't even do that good this tournament. But this is where it starts getting fun. This is when I do a Shrek. So right here, we kind of pull really far. I decided to fry that kid because they were being annoying. And we use the new Invis Gauntlet to just try to rotate full left here. Because as you know, it's closer than straight lining at this point. So this is really shambles. We have a lot of mats. So in my head, I'm thinking if you need to overbuild, you'd rather die using all your mats than die not, I guess. You'd rather not die using all your mats and get all that placement. So this is the duo cash cup from 2 or 3 days ago. So we're rotating full left here, making sure we block our tops and bottoms because we don't want to get sprayed out here. That would just be a grief fest. And this was already, as you can tell, we already got grief here from across the map for some reason. We're already in zone, so I don't know why they're doing that. So this kind of turns shambles. I get dropped, but we're chilling. We get up. So I just said, I don't even know what I said here, but we have to extend out. I don't know if we ended up doing it. Shrek ends up actually finding a big shot and gets a kill here. So that gives me time to med mist. And we end up going for the finish. He starts it. I didn't know. I wasn't on the same page as him. But this finish would end up like... he was trying to revive. So we end up trying to get in. But I don't know what I was doing. I should have just jumped in from the get-go. We missed that. Whatever. We let him go. It's not a big deal. There's no siphon. And it's just not worth it when there's no siphon. We pick up a decent, not huge refresh, but decent. And luckily, zone pulled up and to us. So we were able to get up the hill here. Just tarp. I told him to follow me. He was a little bit behind. Because look, there's nobody on yet. So we don't have to waste mats here. We can just get up ahead. Look back a little bit at height and just get ahead. Look at that. This is a free rotate. Free. This is probably the most free one I've gotten all day. So we go ahead. We farm up a little bit. That gives a decent amount of brick. So I'm waiting for Shrek to get to me here. He gets to me. After zone, it pulls back again. I decided to look for something because as you can tell, I'm a little bit shambles. We do have invis and it pulls down, which is kind of nice because everybody got up really high for some reason. So we were able to just drop down together here. But before you know it, this kid just jumps in my box. This is a kid I think I fried earlier. But I'm able to absolutely beam him. And we get a slurp. Shrek gets a slurp here, which ends up being really good for him. I'm pretty sure. So I just tarp ahead. Look at my mats. We can afford to tarp. So I tarp ahead and end up eventually following him full right side because it just looks dead. Now the problem here, we go for a refresh. I do at least. After I just get heavy shotgun because that's just fun and totally should be in the game because it's that broken. I see this guy end up dropping right ahead of me, as you'll be able to see in just 1 second. Because I was looking for something here. I was looking for a pick. Look at my stuff. I see this guy getting sprayed at. I jump in, get the kill, reset, but I choke so hard here. I should have popped med mist before, done something, because I don't make it out of here. Let me know what you think I should have done there, because I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't have gone for the loot. Shrek dies right after, 4th place. Not great, but it's all right. So next game here, I think this is one of our win games. I can't really tell here. Look how dead it is. This is another dead game. These cash cup games at the beginning. Okay, this is one of our first games. The cash cup games are so dead during the beginning. You always want to key. We didn't key here. That was not smart of us. We should have probably been keying early game. But I have 4 slurps. We know this is a free win. So we're just going to play it out at this point. We have Invis on. Invis is good as a duo. I wouldn't recommend it as solos. Because in like high stackers, people are so focused on like other people and like just absolutely griefing. You can kind of get away with just invising. So I get a few fries off. We still want to get kills here. But at the same time, we know we can get the win easily. So I look back, Shrek notices these like stragglers back here. So we just kind of fry them. We pop invis again. It's kind of weird. Sometimes it doesn't like invis. But luckily we kind of are full dead side, so we didn't really need it. And once again, 17 people left. You're probably going to find this in your first or second cash cup game. They're really dead. Everybody's going to be keying for you regardless. And look at that. It pulls max, but it doesn't matter because just look how dead it is. We're going to be able to rotate full left here without any problems whatsoever and get to that free, pretty much high ground almost instantly. I don't know if we take height here, but we do end up taking height pretty quick just because there's nobody contesting us, and those that did just died. So that was pretty cool. By the way, I am sipping on G Fuel right now, and there's a new Attack on Titan flavor coming right now, so make sure you use code Pyre for 30% off. And as you can tell here, we went up in wood, which is never a good idea. I don't know why we did that, but we connected. It's all right. So we have high ground pretty early on, and if you want wins, the best way is just high ground, obviously. I end up trying to frag out here, and I do end up fragging out a little bit because we do need some kills, especially for later on in the tournament. So I end up just starting to like keep people, because you know, why not? We have 13 people left, so let's make the best out of it. Now we pretty much know we're gonna get a win, and you have on this point you kind of have confidence you can kill anybody just because of how dead it is and how good you feel. So I just start keying people. I do get really greedy at the end, but it doesn't really end up mattering. So I'm just looking for any stragglers because it pulls back, so it's kind of hard to look for anybody dead side. I see somebody going up on strike, so I got to protect my queen. I go here, get a shot off. This guy gets away, but his teammate, I end up finding his teammate right here. I dropped. That would have been a really nice full piece, but it doesn't matter because he thinks he can outrun the Pyre, which he just can't do. Look at this. This was not a smart edit of me, but I don't know if it was not smart. He was low. So I end up getting that kill there. And I just start looking for more people. Because at this point, Shrek's got high ground secured. He's not even fighting, I don't believe. I'm kind of just fragging out right now. The trees in this, we should have been chopping. If I could go back right now and do this again, we would have started chopping trees. And another thing I would recommend in my second road to pro, because I'm still learning, I'm not a pro. What I would recommend, looking back, what I would have done myself, especially in like the other duo games or solo games or anything. Actually, not the solos, but the duos. I would have definitely been a lot more. We would have keyed a lot more. Because I'm not gonna lie, like I have good aim, and we can take fights pretty well. I do wish I keyed a little bit more, get those points up, and we're gonna do that. And if you guys don't know, Vault Island or Flag Island is 15 points per capture in the duo cash cup. I would have started capturing that, and that would have helped us a lot. But that's just looking back. So we're going to do that next time. We're taking Epic Games has a big break. So I'll be going to Hawaii. I'll be vlogging some of that. And I'll be taking a break too. So I end up kind of just looking for people here. We know we got the win once again. This is like, even if I die here, Shrek has height. It's a win. So 1v1. I end up getting knocked by that same kid I hit earlier. Doesn't matter. Shrek wins these. Gets a pop. And that is Road to Pro number 2. First earnings. Hope you guys enjoyed. Like and subscribe.